at the Silverstone Classic Circuit. I am Cypher77.
And I'm Dutch Musa.
And we are here to bring you Gavra Racing's action here at said circuit. Or, well, I guess you could say we've gone back in time because this track technically doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, we're racing at a Silverstone Classic.
So, as you can clearly see by the map, it's a very, very different version of the Silverstone that we all know and love, and even different from the version that they used through the early 2000s, actually. So, you're gonna have to go way far back in time to find a copy of this Silverstone.
This was probably from the 70s, 60s.
See, the old start-finish straight is much further up the track than where it was originally, but due to the drastic change of this track, it'll change up how the drivers take this. We'll just see how they take this track then.
And we actually see Peterborough almost completely spin out at the first corner, so...
Yes, due to the high-speed nature of this track, it'll be very apparent just how much the car will be spinning, or not really spinning, but how much it will be sliding through the corners, actually.
But I think this is a great circuit because it sort of, it has, if you look at the map, it definitely reminds you of like Monza, because it's straight, pretty sharp corners and then straight, you know, relatively sharp.
Right.
So we could see some
yeah, just right there, Peterborough getting it wrong just slightly there. Well, he's going really far off.
But we could see some definitely Monza-esque spins, as they'll be trying to run as little downforce as possible to really maximize these straights, but then in the corners they will be possibly crashing.
Now then, to update you on some news, last week it was Honda's coming from the back of the grid to win the race, and just behind them, if I'm correct, it was Marcos and it's
was it Cass?
Yes, Noyens, excuse me. Which I was just about to mention that Noyens, I believe, is not here today. Is also not here all-star. Instead, I believe one of the replacements for them will in fact be our very own ESR chef, as well as, at least a new face for me, the Alien Army.
There we are. There's one of them, I can't find ESR.
I think he was having a disconnection issue, so he'll be back soon. So, Razy, who disconnected last week, will also be hoping, well, not disconnected, but seemed to have some sort of terminal issues, will also be back this week, and most likely better than ever.
We're hoping so. The championship, it's still pretty open, but Honda's got a little bit of a lead, if I'm looking correctly.
Kieran, I believe, also a substitution here today, so interesting to see how Kieran, no, excuse me, I got mixed up, but it'll be interesting to see how he goes through this race. But other than that, it's looking like a pretty solid race for today. What are you expecting from this?
Well, looking at previous races, Razy will probably be pretty strong, fighting for podiums. Honda's, based on last race, he doesn't jump for the start. Alien Army, I don't know, but could maybe see quite a fight for the midfield teams, or the midfield drivers, I should say.
So yes, due to the lack of straights, all the teams will be prioritizing top speed over pretty much everything else, so there are still a couple of sections that do require some downforce. More specifically, this turn that Alien is going through right now, it's very deceptively kind of going uphill and then flattening out, so it could cause some what's the word I'm looking for? It could cause a little bit of an imbalance for the back of the car, because as you can clearly see, this track has no curbs. all
But it also
grass.
you know, under normal circumstances, these corners would be pretty easy, but because you're just taking them so quickly, you know, it just feels twice as sharp. If we can go on board with somebody. Trying to see who's coming. Yeah, here.
So yeah, you can see just on board Jukebox here. It's really flat all the way around, actually. It's
Do lift up a little bit better.
it's bumpy on the straights though, but through most of the corners, you're taking it flat out. You're just hoping to hit the apex of the corner, and one of the only real difficult parts here is this final section here, where you kind of have to slow down quite a bit to go through a small chicane-like area, but you can pick up the speed pretty straight away, actually.
Yeah, you just have to go through the first corner there, and then the rest is pretty much flat out again. As you can see, Jukebox actually taking that in third. So, you know, not really having to go down to any low speeds.
Currently, Hondax is the fastest in practice with the 1:27.1, though still yet to see truly representative times. There could be times in the 1:26s, actually. Maybe if someone gets a lucky slipstream, a 1:25 is possible.
That is actually something that I was just thinking about. Are the teams going to use slipstreams of any kind? Because that will be really useful on the straights, but obviously the corners is not so very useful.
Well, that'd be up for the teams to sort of formulate a strategy as to how they're going to let that play out, because if you're going to be helping your teammate do that, then you expect them to work the same way for you, but there might not be that amount of coordination that we might see from them. It just gets a little bit loose through turn one. You're going to see a lot of that, actually, so there's going to be a lot of grass kicked up.
I think turn one's definitely going to be something to watch, because you just come out of the pretty quick chicane there, so you'll be at pretty high speeds. If you've got slipstream added to the mix as well, then first corner could be quite chaotic.
Some of the shortest lap times that have been run all season, so we expect a decently high amount of laps somewhere in the 40 region. And due to the nature of this track, tires are pretty much not really required, so should most likely expect everyone to do fuel stops.
I'm not so sure, because the corners that you take are all really quick, which will be quite a strain on the tires, so it'll definitely be more up to setup, I think. But I'm not 100% sure, actually.
Gibson now going second fastest with his 1:28.0, so he's the closest to Hondax as it stands in the 1:27 range. Although it is only practice, although he does go faster, 1:26.8.
But you must remember, look at his fuel. That is incredibly low fuel, so that'll definitely be much more his qualifying times that he's working on now.
Right. So, welcome to all who is joining the chat here for the Radical Series. If you have any questions, be sure to put down a comment, and then we'll answer them through qualifying and the race. Only missing really, I think, one or two people. ESR Shep is still trying to get into the race, but other than that, everyone is here and ready to see what they can do. Well, actually, I just realized who's not here. Marcos is not here.
Yeah. That's just, yeah. We have Mike, but not Marcus.
So, just as practice completes, looks like Kepsino will in fact take the fastest practice speed. I'm pretty sure it's the first time someone has actually taken the top of practice that wasn't Hondax. And Mike actually getting pretty close. He's third. You can see just a little bit of a corner cut there, taking the bollards there. That might be some damage if some of the cars hit that for qualifying.
That could, yeah, that might be front damage if they hit him at high speed, but if it's low speed, I don't know.
So as it stands, it is Kevsino, Hondax, and Mike your top 3 for practice. But for qualifying, we could see something a little bit different. We'll just have to wait and see.
I mean, at the end of qualifying, we might see a Monza Q3 scenario with everyone trying to come out and get slipstreaming. But I'm hoping not to see that.
Well, we'll see. Anything's definitely possible on a track like this. And, ooh, I say that, it's kind of a mad dash to get to. You don't want to be in front, I should say.
Yeah, you can see everyone just sort of braking, especially Razy there, braking a little bit to make sure that he's not in front.
Honda seems like he's fine being up front. I think Mike, I believe, he was the first one out. We'll have to see. It's definitely a break group between Mike, Hondax, and Razy here in the beginning. So maybe it'll be interesting to see how they conduct this, actually. Razy backing off a little bit. He's letting Alien go by. Mike, yeah, he went back to the pits.
Just disappeared.
Yeah, Mike and the aliens disappeared.
Yeah.
So, Hondax will be out there alone to start his qualifying lap. Razy will. He won't have anyone in front of him, but behind him, I believe, are 2 people back there. There's Kirino, and I want to say maybe Peter.
Find out. No.
Yeah. Not even close. Alien, yes.
Yeah.
So, the first laps do begin here. Hondax is the first to cross the line. We're on board with Alien just going through the first turn, just ahead of him. Just a little bit on the grass there. Still trying to heat up the tires, actually. These guys have quite a bit of fuel.
I think they're definitely going for more runs. You know, you have the possibility of somebody coming in front of you then. But you can also do a cool down lap if the tires are overheated and, you know, get behind someone again.
So going through
you do have a little bit more possibilities.
Going through the older Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel. Now come uphill. And we'll see how he gets through this. Goes down to around 4th gear. It's the apex pretty well. Has to be careful not to run wide there. There's no runoff whatsoever.
This is the quite beautiful thing of these older circuits. The runoff is just non-existent.
I wouldn't really say beautiful. I'd say dangerous. But then again, I'm not the one driving these cars.
But it definitely adds a bit more of a challenge, because if you run wide, you know, you lose a lot more time than if it's like just a normal asphalt runoff. So it's a bit self-punishing.
Alien going across the line, 129.6. So definitely a lot slower. Hondax does set the fastest time, 127.9. Index goes second with 128. Razy goes third with 128.7 now, so immediately slower times, but everyone seems to be running a medium amount of fuel there, so they're really looking to burn off some of it. But as you can clearly see by the map, no one is actually thinking of slipstreaming with anyone else. They're actively trying to avoid one another.
I think that is because of the high-speed corners. If you lose your back end, that you will have to go to the pits, and that costs you a lot of time.
When we were thinking about it, we thought there might be one team at least thinking about trying it, but it seems like it's every man for themselves. But Hondax is going 0.6 faster, so He could maybe set a time in the 126 if he can find the speed to this last part right here. He goes through it in fourth gear, pretty much to 100 miles per hour there. And he does, he goes 126.7. So the fastest time set of the day for Hondax.
That is definitely quite an important time because that sort of tells everyone else that they need to start burning their fuel and definitely start pushing now because there's quite that buffer at the front and you don't want to have that.
We do have a small group forming in the Sector 2 just in front of Hondax, so I wonder Kepsinel just behind that group. That's a jukebox in the middle there, so I wonder if he's looking to maybe follow Mike, excuse me.
Yeah.
Not too far off. Manic.
It's definitely a curious distance because you're not really getting any advantage by being that far away, but you are still getting a little bit of dirty air.
Right. Mike actually going through the corner in third gear, so you can see the amount of confidence he has, although he is 2 seconds up, and he does go with the 127, so second place for Mike. But I was about to say that Manic is actually one who has not set a time yet, so Hondax goes even faster behind them. So Hondax goes 126.5. Very
I think we've definitely found our more dominant driver of this series.
You mean you're saying we didn't know that already?
I mean, it wasn't concrete last race, to me at least, but definitely if he does incredibly well here, then we know for sure.
Index actually does pip Alien there into second. He now goes 127.3. And Alien goes third, 127.6. So they both pip Mike there just a bit. Showing quite a lot of speed here today, so it could be a bit of a dark horse. It does go a little bit faster, although not fast enough. He's still in 11th. Toby, I believe, just crossed the line, and he picks himself up to 7.
We are definitely seeing quite a lot of improvements. But I think that is due to everyone running high fuel, but actually, there is quite a big train going through first sector now, third sector.
Honda's even faster. He goes 126 flat.
Trying to find the others there. Mike's in probably the best position right now. Oh, I actually almost loses him there.
Yeah. Is he looking a little bit weaker here in comparison? He's only 6th right now with 2 minutes to go, so I wonder if he's going to make one nice mad dash. Honda's also
will be a bit interesting what he thinks.
Yeah, Honda's also in. Might be the end of his run.
It'll definitely be interesting if Racy goes out again. We'll have to try and heat his tires up, so that will cost quite a bit of time.
Yeah, you already need to be pretty much out there right now, but he isn't. So Racy will be 6th for the start of this race.
Maybe even lower somebody quite a bit.
Interesting. Toby only going 8th fast. Kepsinel is on a faster lap. He could jump his way up to 3rd here if he hits this work.
We'll have a tiny little bit of slipstream coming through here.
Jukebox pips Racy. Kepsinel goes 4th. Jukebox doing really good qualifying effort there. He's moving into 6th place. Actually ahead of Racy, so.
And he was actually leading that group there, going through that last sector.
Seems like he's called it quits. Alien just getting it loose off the final corner, so whatever lap he was on has gone up in smoke there.
Kieran one just absolutely pushing it up to the line there.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, he's not too far off. He's 3/10 up. Not quite enough to get himself into 7th, but we'll have to see how he goes to the last corner.
This field is very high though, so...
Manic goes into 8th there, so he has to find his way past him. Doesn't quite, and he's stuck down in 9th.
Actually very close to Manic.
Index,
almost the exact 600s.
Yeah, Index, Alien, and Kepsinel all really close together. I think Kepsinel's off his line. So, Index and Alien is, just off there in the back. That was Alien. So, now Index is secure for 2nd place. Manic might be looking to get closer. He's on a lap himself, actually. He's the last person on his lap besides Index. But Index isn't quick enough to hit Hondax, although he does go into the 126. Really good there from him.
And with just about enough fuel as well.
Manic, the only man left on track now, is 1/10 away from 7th, and also by extension 6th actually. So
he actually did go up, if I saw correctly.
Yeah, he did. He goes into 6th place, so he gets ahead of Jukebox and Razy.
That must have been a pretty good lap then.
So your top 10 are, as you see there on the screen, it is Hondax, Index, Alien, Kepsinel, Mike, Manic, Jukebox Hero, Razy, Kieran1, and Toby, your top 10. Very interesting grid, at least from the middle down. Hondax there doing what he usually does. Razy starting farther down the field than he usually would, and Index a really good qualifying, and this is what I was talking to you about.
This is a mess.
Alas, here it is, just the starting grid, albeit it looks like the starting grid of something different. Hondax, he won last week's race by coming from the back. It'll be smooth sailing from him without too much trouble if he can get it done. Index starting pretty much right beside of him. Really good qualifying effort, but can he keep it up? Alien, one of the replacements here for this race, although he's showing his stuff really good. Kepsinel looking to get another consistent finish there, but can he get a podium? That is the question. Mike in 5th place, Manic in 6th place. They're going to confuse me this entire race, but looking to both get good runs. Jukebox, one of his best qualifying efforts. He starts in 7th. Razy pretty far down the field in 8th. He's that green car right in the, or excuse me, not the green car, the yellow car right there in the back. Kieran1, also a new face for this race. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up for this race. Toby is in 10th, Joe Black in 11th, and Peter Bibb down in 12th. And ESR Chef could not make the race, so he will get 13th. Marcos is not here. It's one of the few people I believe are not here, but other than that, we welcome you here, and we look for an interesting race. But first, these guys got to figure out how to get off the line first. So
this will definitely be a lot more chaos for the people on the inside there of the first corner, because they're all really bunched up compared to everyone on the outside.
So if you have a driver you're rooting out for, or if you just want to give shout outs to anyone, even us, we appreciate you to comment, and for any questions we will also be answering them throughout the race. So without further ado, we are here back in time for 4 red lights. And it's off, and that's Alien getting a really good start there, I believe. And Hondax just on the outside, although Index, he has to hold off Manic just on the outside of him. And excuse me, I didn't mean Alien, I meant Kepsinel. He's looking to get the lead off of turn 1, and it looks like he will get the lead. It is Kepsinel leading from Hondax behind him. Index holding off Manic. Manic looking to hold off Jukebox as Jukebox is falling down the field a little bit. So it is Kevsinel in the lead, although that's Hondax looking for a move up the inside into turn 3. It looks like Honda's not able to keep it around the inside, so everyone getting through the first few turns really well. That's Mike, Toby, and words. That's Mike, Toby, and Kirano fighting there, excuse me.
As Peter was actually fallen quite a fair bit behind. I think he might have been tangled up in something at corner 1.
Ooh, but speaking of corner 1, that's the Kieran 1 and the Alien actually. Yeah, there's a lot of damage in the back there. And just in front of him, I believe that's Jukebox, who also was collected in something that happened there just up the road. I believe one of them got loose and they didn't have anywhere to go there, but up front it is Kevsuna leading from Hondax, Index just behind him, and Manic and Mike bringing up the second group in 4th and 5th. So with that damage, it's going to be an early pit stop for Alien, possibly Kieran 1, and even Joe, I believe Joe as well.
Yeah, Hondax actually got a really good run on Kevsinel there, because Kevsinel, the exit of the final chicane, they did actually get on the grass a little bit, so there's going to be a bit of a sprint towards Hondax actually choosing for the outside.
He's looking for a move on the outside. Kevsinel took the lead, but can Hondax try to get it back? Quite. Oh, now I remember. Jukebox Zero, excuse me. So I believe I keep saying the wrong person. Alien is in the pits now, along with Jukebox.
Index actually takes second place, or is it? No, it's not.
No, he tried to, but it's just on the back of Hondax there. You know, on the back, that's Manic looking on the inside of Mike. Have Joe leading that third group.
He does it!
Yeah, Index, really good move up the inside there. And I kind of just had to let him go there. Just had that much speed. So the slipstream really is kind of influencing a little bit. Hondax looking for a counter move up the inside, and he will take it by force. Oh, that is Hondax in the wall through the gates, actually. He tried to make a maneuver there on the inside, but that did not help him, and he is essentially kind of missed pit road. I wonder if he's thinking about backing up to hopefully get to it, but that is a lot of damage from Hondax. And he's gonna try and hit pit road there really quickly there.
That's definitely not really been great for him at all.
Really unexpected from there. He went through for an inside move and then got it all wrong on the curb. He could have kept it going straight if he didn't overcorrect it, but he went through the gates and into the wall very hard there. So it's going to be a lot of work for that. But meanwhile, back up front, it is Kevsinel now leading from Index. Mike and Manic just behind them. Well, Razy, haven't heard much from him. He's just in front of Joe.
But could we see another last of those challenge from Hondax?
I think this one might be a little too much, considering he has actual damage this time rather than a drive-through penalty. Plus, he wasn't really able to get away from the field like we've seen him. He's actually set to go a lap down here. Oh, not quite actually. He's able to just get out in front of the leaders. He's in turn 1 right now. But as I was about to say, Breezy, 5th place, he's just kind of having a mediocre kind of time, but we'll see. Maybe he just needs to get a little bit more comfortable with the track. Joe Black doing really good. I really don't want to give him the commentator's curse, but I do have to mention how good he's doing in 6th place right now. Toby currently in 7th. Kieran 1, penalty in 8th. That's for penalty or just track limits there. Peter Bibb up to 9th after falling far back. And Hondax is in 10th, so he's ahead of Alien and Jukebox Hero.
Jukebox and Alien actually did get lapped twice, I believe, so with their damage in the first lap.
So the field is pretty spread out now. The only real battles, per se, that's going on is between Mike and Manic, and wondering if Kieran 1 can catch up to Toby, which looks like he is just a little bit. But that field is relatively spread out at the moment. It's only been 5 minutes and there's already been huge championship implications.
Yeah, that if it were to end like this, Honda should actually almost completely lose its lead. So, for Honda, it's definitely a race to forget if it would end like this.
He's got a lot of work to do. This isn't really the track to make up time, considering it's all straights. So I imagine
he'll definitely have to try and get every single corner right and just launch himself on the straights.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult recovery from him. It's just in front of them. Kieran 1 is slightly catching up to Toby. So it's going to be a battle for 7th on our hands. Just gets really loose there. And again, just kind of stepping
almost
out there.
You see a battle for 11th now.
Yeah, between Jukebox and Alien, who Alien was ahead, but has been overtaken by Jukebox. So these two were involved in the early lap collision. Still not sure what happened. I think just one of them got loose or maybe hit the dirt. Caused a little bit of a chain reaction there.
You know what? You know, with everyone going at pretty much back to front, then you know, with all that slipstream, you know, your braking is definitely your braking power is reduced.
There was a Peter off just in front of them. I was gonna say these guys are only just ahead of the leaders, so they're too far off from getting lapped again.
Somebody is actually going very slowly though. Figure who that is. Wait, it's Hondax. Hondax is going slowly.
Oh yeah, Hondax if he's had another incident spinning the car. He was slow there for a moment. And he's about to get lapped by Kev Sennell there.
He doesn't go into the pit, so he didn't take much damage, but let's just see if it's still race at the same pace.
I'd say it's already a pretty bad race to forget, as Mike has accumulated a penalty now. So,
let's see what yeah, track is sending them. Maybe that final chicane is going a little bit too far on the inside.
Breezy has actually gotten away from Joe. Now he's chasing after Manic ahead of him, so could be able to make something work. So let's see, there's nothing but wide open plains here. There's pretty much nothing stopping you from just going across the hills.
This was actually a former military air base.
Right.
That white flat.
I mean, the odds that a car flies through here.
Well, judging by first lap, quite high.
I mean, these cars are relatively super light. I imagine those take that much of a bump.
I mean, you really just need to get a fair bit of air under the car, and you know, the wings turn upside down pretty much, and you've got to play.
Not that we actually want that, we're just, it's physics. Physics is interesting. Pain, but interesting. As we're sort of ramping up. It really just kind of depends on if you can stay on the back of the guy you're chasing. Because you really do need the slipstream in order to catch up effectively.
But also to get a good overtake going. So you really pretty much need to be side by side going into a corner. Ray's not really being able to maximize his corners.
I wonder if that's just down to the setup more than anything, actually. Speaking of, that's Toby going off just in front of Kieran Wan. That does cut the gap to less than a second, so he should be able to get some sort of slipstream from Toby there if he can get keep the car straight.
Yeah, Kieran might actually maybe be looking into moving to the final chicane there. He gets to go corners here good with the slipstream. As you can see now, under 6/10. And 4/10.
He's right there, actually. I think he's a lot faster than Toby, although it's not an easy overtake to make, but it is possible. This is the apex there. Final chicane, just a little bit.
Definitely going to cost him coming up with these couple of straights now.
Dirty area is a little bit of a thing that affects these cars, not too much considering how it drives just on the edge of the curve there. So you want as much of the draft as possible, but you don't want it hampering you in the corners.
No, because with these cars and with how light they are, they will just sort of spin on you if you get a little bit of a spin going.
Well, from a lot of people have been able to save their car, for the most part in this race. It only seems to be coming up to this turn here where we see the most issues. Probably because it requires the most amount of braking on the turn, besides turn 1.
Yeah, but with the corner before this one, it's actually surprisingly slow but quick at the same time, because you're turning left, so you are actually sort of scrubbing the speed there already, and then you brake. So Kieran looking into a move now.
Yeah, just around
Since
the
the
outside.
inside, or out the outside of this one.
Well, they gotta be careful. That's made a bit right in front of them. Looks like look at the move, and Toby stands in front. Those goes 3 wide. Oh, there's contact.
And desync. That was definitely a bit of desync there.
Yeah, contact with Kieran 1 into Peterbilt there. Ooh, and even more contact as he takes off his hood. I wonder if Toby just getting it all wrong there. Well, I'm sure he really didn't mean to do it, but certainly collected Kieran 1 in the back a little bit there. And Peterbilt just kind of a passenger and all that.
That was definitely quite weird for me, because they were quite a while away from each other, and then I just saw Kieran spit to the left.
So
Well, then.
Kieran might be able to escape without too much damage. Speak of that, Capsonell is really being hampered by lap traffic. He's now fallen a lot closer to NX. And he has a penalty himself, so I wonder if that's for track limits.
Let's check now. But looking at the crash again on the stream, it was definitely desync that caused that crash. They don't actually touch, but you still see Kieran get sent.
X is he's just there. He hasn't really left Capsonell, although he was hampered by lap traffic, and that his Honda still is kind of just there, but not really either wanting or able to pass. So that just kind of shows the speed differential there. But yeah, he is in the podium spot, so he could actually benefit. He is only 1 and a bit seconds off of Kepsano, so...
But Kepsano does have that penalty, so Index really just has to be a second away, and yeah, he's good. You actually see how well Index took that corner, because now he's only 3/10 away.
Closing up really well. He's taking his corners really fast compared to Kepsano, actually. He's managed to bring it back quite a lot.
From, you know, 2 seconds away to 2/10 away, that's quite a difference. Index looking for the move, but
It's about it. Ooh, it's there, yeah, just a bit overcorrection. Meanwhile, Razy is battling Manic there for 4th place. Looks like Razy will in fact get the move done there just a little bit. Manic looking on the outside, but Razy gets him off there.
can he hold the solution coming up? He goes on the grass, so they just need to slow him down.
He can't really stick around, so it is Razy into 4th place.
Definitely holding with Razy, but that might be more down to slipstream than anything else.
Right. He was behind Manic for quite some time, he just couldn't pass him. But Manic he is only right there.
But I think that is something that, if these cars had something like DRS, we would definitely see a lot more overtakes.
You don't want to put DRS on these things.
No.
They're already low downforce. I mean, that could actually be pretty interesting.
Or look at curse system.
And I'm just being reminded of Tours.
Or like DTM or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
DTM or something.
Yeah, because they have DRS.
Yeah, and I think they have overtake as well, but they have a finite amount. Manic gets that corner a lot better than Razy. He looked to make a move into 1st.
Not quite.
Not really getting much overspeed.
Manic goes a lot better for that corner than Razy was. He's definitely right there on the back.
Razy has definitely made the same mistake twice there, though.
And just up front, Index with a mistake, he's down to 3rd. I believe he was just on the back of Kevsano, but made a mistake going through that turn, so now Mike is in 2nd place.
But yeah, if you want to go for those, if you want to fight for the win, then you definitely have to have consistency. You have to be able to do the same lap, lap after lap.
Consistency's overrated. If your lap time is just 30 seconds, then you don't really need consistency.
Well, if you have one lap time that's 30 seconds, but your next lap time is 10 minutes, yeah.
That's not consistency. That's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can speak from experience. Other than that,
But you know, I mean, like when I do racing and stuff, I often find that I get a lot of free positions because people, you know, just can't keep it on the track, or you know, I just so inconsistent in lap times. So you know, if you can have that, you know, you're not making any mistakes, or you know, you're really consistent, you're definitely on the right track, getting plenty of wins.
hello to Max in the chat here. Just jumping this out a little bit. I mean, he's there. He just needs a little bit more push. Although Razy is tough to pass.
But I think this circuit, in any case, is going to be pretty difficult to pass because there's no really heavy braking zones. Even that chicane isn't that hard. So Manic does go on the grass there quite a bit. actually, these two's pace, with their fighting, is actually almost bringing them towards Index.
Well, Index had that small mistake earlier. He hasn't been able to kind of regain the ground that he lost, kind of just showing the stagnant race pace. But
Crazy going into the box now.
Oh yeah, he's coming.
His fuel, yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Razy's pace was actually faster than Kev's now, so you could actually see maybe a pretty good race from Razy. I mean, his advantage now with pitting now, he knows exactly what gap he has to hold, so...
Mike there, he's just ahead of Index though, not able to catch up to Kev's. Now both of them obviously having one second penalty, so they kind of cancel each other out. So it's really kind of just down to Index to not see. He's got quite a lot of fuel comparatively. Well, he was running really fast. It still is. Just kinda...
He might actually. He might actually not be used to running with such high fuel now, because he did qualifying with low fuel and practice. He just did runs, taking the high fuel runs out of his system.
Razy comes out in 8th, so he can pass Kieran 1 relatively quickly because he's fighting Manic. And indeed, he just lets him go on the straight. So no tires for Razy, just fuel, 50 liters actually. So you're using a lot more fuel than, say, the average per lap.
Yeah. But I mean, if you use cars for fuel mix, I don't know if they do. Ooh, that was a bit decent. But if they do, then Razy would definitely be running the entire time now on rich mix. But if not, then he's definitely revving his car to the max,
but
using every drop that he can.
Well, I guess what you would say is, if they're using a lot more fuel because they're on the throttle more, you see maybe some interesting fuel strategy, because like Index only has to take a little bit of fuel in comparison to how much Razy has to take.
Yeah, that is true, but it means that Razy can push more. So Index has to be more conservative with his fuel, but Razy can, he doesn't have to worry about if he's getting early on the throttle, too early I should say, but
We're just about halfway through the race, so we'll give you a quick rundown. It is Kevsinel, your current leader of the race, who took the lead from lap 1 and has since held it. And then it is Index, who has actually gotten back into second as I start speaking about it.
Mike's made a mistake, yeah.
Yes, Index is back in second. Mike is just in third, right there. Both of them having really good races for them. Manic has dropped off a little bit. He's in 4th. Joe Black currently in 5th. Of course, this is just before the main pit stop phase, so Razy will jump most of these guys. Toby in 6th place. Razy in 7th. Here in 1 has himself. He's currently running in 8th. Was also involved in that early lap incident. Hondak's involved in an incident of his own. He's faster than a lot of the leaders, but hasn't been able to make up the time. Jukebox Hero and Alien also involved in their own accidents that have caused them to fall back quite a bit.
Razy's pace is actually really good though.
Well, he needs to put times in the 27s. So that's kind of that's what Kevsinel and Index are running.
Yeah, but I don't know how long they'll be able to run. You know, if they're actually pacing themselves, how long they'll be able to run those specific times.
He is faster than Manic, though. Manic can only really run in the 128s. So Razy can go fast again.
Yeah, and Razy is definitely quicker than the two people in front of him. Definitely fantastic for him, because if he can catch up sort of just as they are planning to go into the pits, then he might get a little bit of slipstream, and then he won't have to deal with the fighting. So.
So, we were discussing some outside news and stuff for this race. Did you have anything to share?
Yeah, I mean, nothing really much except that Vettel and F1 news definitely has to keep a very clean sheet, because he's on 9 license penalty points. So if you get 12, you get a race ban automatically. So he has to be a very good boy now for the next 2 races, and then they get reset.
Well, I mean, won Singapore. It's a start.
He won Singapore, but you know, if you get a race ban, that's obviously probably more career impacting than a win.
Yeah. If anyone in the chat also has outside news and stuff they'd like to share, we can discuss that. I'm waiting for the pit stop phase. Don't know how many people watch NASCAR in the chat, so you probably won't know like anything what I'm talking about. But Ricky Stenhouse is being replaced next year by Chris Buescher, so that'll be relatively interesting. What's the
Wait, Chris Busch?
Buescher.
Ah, thought it was some kind of relative of Kyle Busch.
What, the secret third brother?
Yeah. Dude, the only thing that I can find on YouTube about Kyle Busch is road rage videos. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
Oh, you're obviously not looking.
So who are you a fan of in NASCAR then?
A lot of my fan drivers retired like 3 years ago, so, you know, I just watch whenever it's on. But,
so who was your favorite driver then?
I had to say, it's probably Edwards, at least there was before all the stuff happened. I can't say I'm too invested in NASCAR at the current moment. I'm more invested in Formula 1 and by extension IndyCar and IMSA.
Okay.
That's just me. I could probably tell you more about Formula 1 than NASCAR.
I mean, I only watched 2 series, and that's MotoGP and Formula 1, the 2 top series.
What do you think's gonna happen for the Russian GP?
I think because Max obviously has a grid penalty for the motor change, but I think Max is going to do well like he did last year if he doesn't get involved in anything first lap. Leclerc and Vettel, there's going to be a bit of tension between them, I think. You know, they made a bit of a show of, oh, you know, everything's all good and everything, but I think everything is not all good.
Isn't it always the case in Ferrari?
Yeah.
I mean, who else? Manic was there, looking at the pit stoppers, but I think it was definitely. I don't think they obviously meant to undercut him with that. I think it just kind of worked out.
Actually, that undercut was actually meant to cover off Verstappen. And they didn't anticipate Vettel to do such a good job on his outlap, so you know, it was sort of a complete shock to everyone, including Ferrari.
Yeah. So, like, I don't really think like any of the hate or anything is deserved. I mean, how can you hate someone for driving well?
Yeah, I mean, to me, Vettel deserved it much more than Leclerc, because you know Leclerc was just sort of holding everyone up when he was leading, and when Vettel was leading, he was sort of leading Leclerc away from everyone.
Right. I mean, also Vettel had to kind of hold stage in the lead if he was slower than him.
Yeah.
Things could have happened. Other than that, back on track is Mike and Joe there, excuse me. I was just about to say, because Toby had pitted. Actually, no, that's Toby. Here we go, messing up like every green car. It's the green cars that get me. Probably from GT1, but I was just saying. So now Kevsinel and Index are two people who have left to pit. Joe as well.
Index?
Still got 15, so he'll probably be running it dry. Manic Leader, he's, oh yeah, he hasn't pitted, I believe. Oh no, he has pitted. So he's pitted and come out ahead of Razy. Because that's who he was fighting.
That is actually definitely interesting, and it might look like the overcut is better. As Kevs goes into the pits now.
The leader of the race is in the pits now, for his one and only stop. So Index is your leader. We'll see what Kevsinel takes. Well, actually, because Manic does have more fuel than Razy, so he even overfueled it quite a bit. And it's still come out. So, very surprising from that. Kevsinel is out now. And he's taken probably around 40 liters, yeah. So now that also left is for Index and Mike. Interesting if either of them can jump Kevsinel in this cycle. Either of them are daring to take anything less than that, actually. Black is in.
Which does promote Razy to 5th now.
And Karen 1 will be in 6, although I believe he has to pit as well. Max might be able to get into 7th here, although I don't know if Hondax has to pit again. Yeah, he does. So Joe will likely keep 7th. He's coming out of the pits now, actually.
But it is interesting because Kevs is actually gaining time on Index.
Well, Hondax is pretty much the fastest man on track right now besides Mike. So, as he looks for a move around the outside of Joe Black, who was just moving on the grass. That could have been really bad.
So now just sticking in his slipstream, trying to get that over.
Oh, he's going on the grass.
Grass.
Yeah, that's, I don't think you want to go over there. Joe he's holding his own against Hondax. It's pretty good.
He's definitely being clever with always choosing the inside line now. As the defender, you definitely get to choose sort of where you defend from.
That's some great screen time for him. Surprisingly holding his own quite well.
You can really see he's just holding, sort of the defending line here. He's just always taking the inside line, which is very clever. Like I said, it's good for a switchback here.
Though Joe is on in a heavier car than the fuel he's taking. Yeah, Honda's just not able to.
I mean, fuel won't really change the top speed that much, but it will definitely change the handling, which is why fuel will definitely come into play much more at the more turny circuits.
Side by side there, just coming through the old Maggots and Beckett's. Of course, Joe does kind of have to hold up Hondex a little bit, because if he's fast enough, he can maybe hit and even possibly get around Joe Black again. But for now, Hondex does make the move. So Joe now down to 8. So you have to keep an eye on that. He could hold on to 7th if his pit stop is fast enough, and Soph is fast enough.
I'm not so sure because, you know, it'll be much more an equal playing field between them then. In terms of weight, so... As Mike is actually... Oh, in the pits, I thought he was catching weight.
Index is in the pits. Yeah, Index in the pits now, so it'll be interesting. Kevsinel is only going through to Sector 3 now. So, looks like he's taking a lot less fuel actually, so I wonder how much Index will take.
I'm actually curious because look at the time now of the gap between Kev and Mike. That's actually a small gap compared to what it was. It was at 29 and now it dipped to 23.
Right. Index is out just a couple of seconds behind Kevsinel, although a couple of precious seconds. So he's probably falling back around 3 to 4 now to Kevsinel, just after the pit stop phase. Takes relatively the same amount of fuel. But Index does have to bring in that gap at least a little bit in order to secure his potential win, because Mike still is left to pit.
Yeah, it's also that penalty, so if Index is quick enough, he just has to hold a second gap.
Meanwhile, though, behind them, Razy actually not able to catch up fully to Manic. Strange, he was definitely a little bit faster than him, but I guess on the second set, he's just not able to keep up.
I'm just curious because sometimes you'll see Manic and Racing actually driving significantly faster than the leading group, so...
Right. They can put in the lap times, it's just they've fallen pretty far back to really make a significant charge for the lead.
Yeah.
And I believe everyone has pitted except for Kieran 1 and Mike. And Honda, yes. Assuming when Mike hits, the gap stays like that, then Kevsinel is looking to maybe keep ahead.
That was actually a pretty weird pit entry from Mike, because I think he actually missed it, but then decided to hit anyways.
Kevsinel is going around about the same time that he was when Index pitted, so looks like Kev will regain the lead.
Next will retake second.
is actually still there in the pits. Only now coming out. So he'll be a lot farther behind Index and everyone else.
This race has actually gained a second through the entire pit phase.
So the overcut worked for Manic, although it hasn't worked for any of the top three, really. Because Mike has fallen a lot farther back to Index and Kevin now.
Yeah, but that was a bit of a weird increase. So he might have spun it at the chicane there, and then decided, yeah, I'm here in any case, so I might as well go pit.
Right. Honda's now ahead of Kieran 1. Both of them still looking to pit, but this could mean Honda's could maybe get into 7th to pass Kieran, because Joe's actually catching up to him right now. And indeed, because there's actually a car in the wall. Like, oh, that's Kieran or Honda's, or both. Both of them had some sort of incident coming into the pits. Yeah, he's got damage.
Oh yeah, he's got a problem.
I was about to say, because both of them were near each other on the track. I wonder if Kieran... Yeah, I wonder if Kieran was coming into pits, or either Hondax was going for another lap or so. Either way, this does promote Joe and Toby into 6th and 7th, respectively. Impossible for him to catch Joe at this rate in the last 20 minutes. So,
yeah, this will definitely be a race to forget for Hondax.
After his impressive race last week.
Yeah. I mean, he just got lapped by Racing, so he's being lapped by everyone that's a fifth. So.
Front. It's still Index, who's just only holding the gap so far. He needs to get that little bit closer if he wants to beat Kepsinel.
He has gained a little bit of time. It's really not to actually get into his
Kepsinel does have a little bit of lap traffic in front of him, so we'll see if that plays a role into it. Mike out of the picture. This means that now Razy will try to catch up to Manic for 4th place.
For Index, it's going to be a little bit easier now because he doesn't have the pressure from behind him. If you make a mistake, that's the position also you to fight again. You know, you can really just push, try and get to
Now Hondax has a penalty himself. That's for speeding, or that's for speeding in the pits. So Mike does in fact have another penalty added on. He had 1 second earlier, now it's 2 seconds. He's definitely pushing his limits with the students. They only offer really around 5. Sometimes of track extending before they call you in for a drive-through.
The drive-through would pretty much ruin Mike's race, so I would put him behind Racing.
Right. Ooh, some barrels on the track actually. I wonder if actually now I just noticed it. I apologize for noticing so late, but Peterman is actually out of this race.
Oh yeah, I still didn't see that.
I apologize. Probably being really rude by not pointing that out, but I wonder what happened. I noticed the barrels there, so I'm wondering if someone had an accident. Because there's barrels spread all around the track. less than 15 minutes. This has surprisingly gone by quicker than expected. Ooh, as I say that, Index just showing off his Need for Speed skills right there.
He's playing too much Hot Wheels.
That's Forza.
Or real life.
I know what you were trying to do, but that's Forza. That's completely different. But not Jukebox, Alien is in, so I wonder if he was the one who hit the barrels.
A little bit of
Kieran is in again.
damage, yeah, it's damage.
With Kieran in again, this could promote Jukebox into 9th. Index is flashing his lights very furiously. He wants everyone to get out of his way.
You won't be held up today.
He's going all in, he's not stopping flashing. I don't think that's how lap traffic works, though.
No. Actually, but this will actually be helping him now. It gives him slipstream through all these straights until he catches up.
He's got slipstream, but also potentially dirty here. Plus, you do run the risk of just having a car in front of you if something happens. But as I say that, just another person out of the race. It's Toby. Toby's out of this race. That was unfortunate for him. He was doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
Index didn't lose too much time getting around lap traffic, although he's not still just there. Must be frustrating because he's only right there. Such a difference.
You can see him and you can almost feel him, you can almost touch him, but he's just too far away.
He doesn't
He's
really
still gaining.
He doesn't really need to get that close. He just needs to get within a second. And it's at this point that really every 10th counts.
But I wonder if he's going to go for the on-track overtake or the.
But Gibsono was slower there. I wonder if he maybe got track extending penalty and had to slow up there because Index did gain an entire second there. One straight alone.
Might have maybe been getting on the grass a little bit on the exit. Because that's sort of your accelerations.
From the potential lead. Very pushing in through that last corner.
And this is really now, every mistake loses you those couple hundreds. Those hundreds right now count for everything.
It's now just a little wide there off the first turn. Index is within the second range, so he is effectively the race leader now.
That's the question. Is he going to go for the on-track overtake?
I mean,
So obviously it's risky, but you do sort of show everyone I am the better driver.
He doesn't really have to, though. He's right there.
Yeah, but it gives you a break.
Snow's been running wide in a lot of corners, actually. So,
Kessel's really trying to push the team knows Index has got such a
it's really sketchy there. Index definitely doesn't want to run into the back of him. And that would be the worst case scenario.
That'll be that'll ruin both of their races. And the pitting advantage. Now that would give Mike
There's 10 minutes left. We do have a battle for the win here, Index and Gibsonell. Expect to be talking about these two. Right at the end of the race is just right there. Index hit that curve. See the car bounce. Suddenly,
that's a bit of a nasty curve because your car doesn't even bounce off it, it just doesn't even want to go on it.
Just like that, Index is back where he started.
Kev's not making mistakes, so can Index profit of living out? Or is Kev's really made some perfect laps now? Even at this range, Personnel is giving Index a little bit of slipstream.
Yeah. Well,
You know, if this was like, if this was with a normal Silverstone or really any other circuit, this distance wouldn't really mean much. But you know, considering how long the straights are, you know, every kilometer per hour, mile per hour counts.
I was saying that Index is falling closer to the 2-second range, so it's that one heat of the curve set him back pretty much all of his hard work.
But you know, you mustn't forget something like that can actually damage your suspension as well. You can definitely see, you know, Index going so close to those curves. It actually really helps you in terms of slingshotting himself into the straights, but it is a bit of a risk that you run.
Oh, and Mike is in the pits. Last minute. Hear why?
Not too much damage.
Yeah, he's in for a does have a drive-through penalty. Yeah, he has a drive-through penalty. See, I told you. But this does promote Razy into 3rd place now. But does that mean Mike has even more penalties?
Let's see.
15 seconds.
Did he get got for speeding in pit lane as well?
Probably. But while this is happening, Index is caught up to Kevsonell once again, so it's all kicking off in the final minute. Razy is now up to 3rd place after having all day. It's about to start to show up. So Razy is in 3rd, and it looks like Marcos Manic will most likely get 4th place as well. So Mike will hold down the 5th place with his penalty. This is the battle for the lead, Index and Kevsonell. So we're just close there. He needs to stay within the 2nd range to take this win, and it's literally being separated by less than a 10th.
Almost half a tenth there.
Snow hasn't been looking as strong as he was early in the race, so it is possible.
Yeah, it's still just 1 second.
So here's Mike with this drive-through penalty. It's really unfortunate for him, but it did say that if you get caught one too many times, it will give you a drive-through penalty, and that is what has happened. So just really unfortunate circumstance for Mike there. But Index is closing up a lot. He's as close as ever been. He's swerving back and forth on Kevsonell. It's definitely close. We'll see what he decides to do. He looks on the outside. Kevsonell a little bit of a block there. But now it is a battle for the lead in the truest sense of the word. Kevsonell blocks to the inside. He takes a little bit of the curve. Index just kind of holding station for now.
Surprised? Yeah. Because Kevs took such a defensive line, it actually hindered him.
It's just putting a lot of pressure on Kevsonell, so that won't allow him to get away from Index. He's definitely just looking now from the outside to the inside. He's looking to the outside for the next corner. On the outside is contact.
That was actually great from Index, actually baiting Kevs to go defend the outside there, and since he pretty much used up his one move, you know, he couldn't go just magically back to the inside. So Index was like, "Well, thank you."
Right. It's getting really frosty between these two. 4 minutes left on the clock. Looks like Index will try to make a move, although he's in the grass just a tiny bit. Hello to everyone in the chat who has joined us late race. This is the battle for the lead.
Almost 4 minutes.
Yeah, so just about, say, 2 more laps to decide it. They have the fuel, but do they have the nerves? Just going to the inside, preventing the slipstream there. To no avail, really. He's already close enough. It's just stalking the back of. He's not letting him get away anymore. He try to make a move. He does make a late race dive bomb in the corner, and he slides just a little bit. Just barely keeps it.
Risks of going for the move, but that was a little bit iffy from Kev, because he saw Index was going to go down the inside 100%. Still went to go defend the inside.
I mean, I like his enthusiasm, but Index doesn't really have to be pushing himself that hard.
No.
He could have just lost the race right there.
Yeah, that was definitely a very risky. That could have also been a lot worse.
Looks like we'll have 2 more laps, excuse me, so it'll go likely to lap 41. Kevsonel still with his 1 second penalty, I presume. Yeah, it's still 1 second, so both drivers came away more or less clean, but Index looking to the little bit, trying to scare Kevin a little bit. Oh, he hits the curb just a bit though, and Kevsonel gets loose off the exit of turn 1. So we'll be trying the same thing again, going into...
now, yeah.
Has passed him, but Kevsonel will try to go back up the inside. It'll be close. Kevsonel goes back up into the inside, the side by side through the old Maggots Beckett's. Really close.
That time Index was actually clever to hold the outside. He could hold so much more speed that way.
Index trying to break the draft there. Oh, now they gotta be careful. Yeah, now Kevsonel looking back on the inside. He's gotta build a gap on Index there as they go side by side now up the hill, and they're still side by side. Kevsonel, he doesn't want to really give it up. He's gonna try to make it stick through here as well. Next around the outside, and he does it. Index does have the lead, although Kevin is still only right there. He has to make a drastic move, although we'll see what he does. Index to the inside, or to the outside. Kev not making the move. Ooh, and Kev gets it wrong there.
In any case, Kev should have been very careful, because if he took Index out even by mistake, it would definitely be very suspicious. Because he's got that penalty, and what's the best way to get somebody away from him? Just crash the tires.
But that one mess up there, Kevsonel has fallen farther away, and now it is Index, the true leader of the race. This is the final lap here, so now all Index has to do is bring it around one more time. It looks like he will have it, so it seemed like a desperate battle for nothing more than silver plate, but it seems like he's proven, at least me, wrong by actually making it work.
It was definitely a pretty good battle. Pretty much lasting that entire lap.
So that further down the field, Kevsonel just not able to catch back up after his mistake. So, down the final straight, or the old straight. Coming across the line right now to have another new winner here at the Classic Silverstone circuit. It is Index HLB, your winner here in Silverstone. And second will be Kev Sinel. A great effort from him, just coming up a little bit too short. Hadn't got the penalty, I'm not really sure what else would have happened. Crazy turning.
You also could have kept the battle going if he had not, half spun it at line chicane.
That's true. Crazy turning a mediocre day into something good for himself, considering where Hondax is. So he will finish the day off on the podium, so he can pat himself on the back for that. Mike, unfortunately for him, seems like he's done more harm than good. He will not be finishing fourth. His penalty will put him behind Manic. So Manic will be fourth place. Mike will be fifth place. And Joe, a really good job from him. He is sixth. Hondax, it's a race to forget for him. He's in seventh place. Jukebox Hero just putting in an okay effort as usual. He is eighth. Definitely, well, if he hadn't been involved in the first few lap incidents, we're not sure what would have happened, but he's eighth. Kieran won 9th after his incident. Alien Army 10th, and Peter Bibb 11th, who went out with that unfortunate, Toby 11th, who went out under, we assume, a disconnection, and then Peter Bibb 12th, who went out earlier after getting into an incident that wasn't his fault. So, and ESR Chief, who was also here earlier but could not make the race. So there it is, your top 10, and a surprising finish to a race, actually.
Yeah, both of us before the race were like, this is pretty much going to be Hondax's win again. Yeah. Especially after the last race when he was just so strong.
It didn't really go that way. It is Index with the fastest lap as well. So he really showed
Definitely
everyone how to do it today.
Yeah.
So yeah, we hope you all enjoyed it in the chat. This has certainly been a pretty decent race, especially the ending for us. And do you have anything else to say?
No, not really.
So this has been Gavra Racing's Radical Series here at the Silverstone Classic. Next week we look to see a lot of the regulars back on form. And once again, I have been Cypher Knight 77.
I've been Dutch Muso.
And we hope to see you next time for more Gavra Racing. Good night, good day. Yeah, that. I'll just leave it on that.
Wherever you live.
Yes.